Cup car here at Charlotte until last week. Tried to practice, but he burned his feet the week before. Lost all his practice.
How did he burn his feet?
Racing at Las Vegas.
Well, your feet right on the bottom there, and those exhaust pipes underneath the car are 1,200 degrees, so it's not very hard if it's not insulated properly to get you pretty hot on the foot.
And it's hot racing out here right now as Stewart cuts through the field. A report from Mike Hogwood.
Jimmy Spencer in the garage. That debris from an accident put a hole in his radiator. They have to put a new radiator in the car, and Jimmy will be back out on the track.
Ricky Rudd is on there for a moment in 23rd, and here's Stewart. Still picking him up. Now he's to 29th position.
Couldn't make the pass on the bottom. He's going to try the outside. You'll watch Irwin. He'll try to block him off as he come off the corner. Almost made contact.
Good block. Comes down a little, and it's wide open for Stewart to try Irwin on the outside going into 1. This is lap 19.
He'll drive away because the 28 car right now is way, way loose as he goes through the corner. You see Tony Stewart now closing in on Rick Mast in the 98.
Meanwhile, up in front, Jeff Burton's number 98, the X-Side car, putting the power down and leading in the 40th running of the Coca-Cola 600.
Tuesday, her life story on and off camera has intrigued fans around the world.
You see guys and they see Brooke and they're like...
Now, Brooke Shields behind the scenes. Next People Profiles, Tuesday, 8/7 Central on CNN.
Call it a bonanza, an extravaganza. It's how you save on tires. Now at Pep Boys, all 35,000-mile tires are 4 for only $99, and all 70,000-mile tires 4 for $169. Pep Boys.
Cars like us.
People love us.
9 years ago, Wade Pettengill started as a Jiffy Lube technician, put himself through college, and into management. He'll tell you that signature service is more than just an oil change. Wherever you live, you'll find experienced people just like Wade at your neighborhood Jiffy Lube. Jiffy Lube Signature Service Oil Change. Our name is on the line, and we offer Pennzoil.
Sleek. Sophisticated. Stylish. And yet with an exhilarating V6. Chevy Monte Carlo lets you express that hidden part of your personality, just dying to get out.
Mr. Freeman.
How are you?
Tommy?
Monte Carlo. The side you show the world is up to you.
I got a call from somewhere in this area. Something wasn't right.
Hi. What's good here?
Chili. Raisins.
I didn't need to hear anymore. This was a cellular town, and these were cellular people. I told them everything. How Sprint PCS built the only all-digital, all-PCS nationwide network so they could be heard loud and clear. There are others out there. They have to know.
What's it like to bite into a Wendy's Classic half-pound double with cheese? Man, this is weird. Wendy's, it's hamburger bliss.
Don't miss live in-car camera action today in the Coca-Cola 600. Log on to tbssuperstation.com. That's tbssuperstation.com. Oh, take a look here. Mark Martin just getting around the number 1 of Steve Park. Give you a look at the interval between that number 99 as he continues to stay well out in front here. 18 in second. Now the 6 of Mark Martin in third. There's Steve Park in fourth. And back to fifth comes Jeff Gordon.
Jeff Gordon moving in on this group. You're riding with Mark Martin. This is off turn 4 out against the wall there. This is looking back at Steve Park going down the front straightaway.
And we all knew that Mark Martin was going to be strong here tonight. He has run Charlotte Motor Speedway incredibly well. Won the Busch Series race here yesterday. Last year, he led 379 of the 734 point laps in this series at this track.
Earnhardt Jr. is back in 18th position. Alan Bestwick can tell us more.
Well, Ken, right now, Dale Earnhardt Jr. hasn't really reported anything to his pit crew. He says he's just trying to log some laps. He knows he's got a long race ahead of him. He's not trying to be too concerned about falling back in the early going.
Not falling back, but driving forward comes Mark Martin, the winner of the Car Quest 300 yesterday in the Grand National Preliminary to the 600. Mark Martin wheels around and takes that second spot away from Labonte. And here comes Gordon. Park in the number 1 is pushed back to 5th spot.
Look at Gordon just turned down in the center part of the corner and moves right up the side of Bobby Labonte as they come off the straightaway. It's a drag race down the front stretch.
Buddy, a lot of new folks watching this racing would say, oh, big deal. What about that?
Well, that's pretty important right now because you're seeing the guys that run up front on a regular basis here at Charlotte. Mark Martin, a master at setup here, and so is the Gordon car.
How about that move by Gordon, just whipping from one lane to the inside? That you don't see very often in a race.
No, that car has to be hooked up. You see him running a higher line right now. He's setting himself up for when they get into lap traffic. He can move up there and not depend on that lower line to keep him in contention.
I went all through the garage area this morning and talked to the crew chiefs of most of the top cars and asked them how they'd set their car up at the beginning of the race. And most of them said they were going to set it up a little bit loose. Few of them said they were going to set it up tight. Mark Martin's, or the 24 car, Jeff Gordon's crew chief, Ray Evernham, said, we're going to start neutral and just try and keep that car balanced all night. Very few teams have even attempted that. Gordon running well, but taking a much higher line than Mark Martin in the 6.
Steve Park staying right up in there, badly injured last year, missed 16 races, broken leg, broken scapula, hard crash. This is his first 600, and right now he's in 4th place. Mike Hogg will tell us how it's going for him.
Steve Park has just told his crew chief, Paul Andrews, that his car is very tight in the turns. He's having really trouble getting through there, especially in traffic. Paul Andrews told him just to take it easy. This is a long race, 600 miles. He doesn't have to stay up front right now. They'll adjust on the car when they come in for a pit stop.
Well, the first-time viewer, let's talk about tight. Well, we have a great race right here. Gordon going on the outside of Mark Martin.
And blew him off, just went through him.
Okay, when we talk about tight, we're talking about turning the steering wheel left and the wheel's not getting good grip on the front and it pushes out towards the outside wall. That's what they mean when they're talking about tight.
And as you watch these cars, they've really slowed down from qualifying. They're only averaging about 171 miles an hour on this mile-and-a-half track. So when Buddy explains that to you, that's not exactly like 55 miles an hour on your way down the parkway. Stewart continuing to attack. He's now up into 23rd position as he moves from the rear of the field. Tony the Tiger out of Rushville, Indiana, is really giving it a go here tonight.
You know, a lot of people would wonder why Mark Martin just pulled over and let Jeff Gordon go by just a second ago. He's a very patient driver, and he also realizes that Jeff Gordon has found something on the racetrack that's making him get around there very quick right now. So he wants to look at it and see the line around the racetrack, maybe duplicate it.
Here's Gordon going for 3 in a row. Here's some current speeds. 171.2 on Gordon, leading the way as he's taking that Ray Evernham car out. And at this moment, now about 32 laps down, Jimmy Spencer is re-entering the fracas. Jimmy Spencer had to change a radiator, which they have done, got him back in the race in about 32 seconds.
Watching Jeff Gordon, this is surely one of his very best racetracks. If indeed it's not his very best racetrack. He won his first ever Winston Cup pole here, his first ever Winston Cup race here. We're riding now with Tony Stewart.
22nd position. Whoops, 21st.
Look at the acceleration of this car catching that group in front of him. He closed down about 5 or 6 car lengths down that one straightaway. This car is very, very fast.
And the guy in front of him's been doing some racing. That's Terry Labonte in the number 5. And as you'll recall, at the outset of this race, he started back in 37th position. He's coming.
Tony Stewart right now moving in on Earnhardt Jr. in the 8th there. He's the next car behind him as they come around the corner.
8th just slipped back a spot.
Last week won the Winston Open here, second in the Winston, and he's flying here tonight.
By Stewart. By Earnhardt Jr.
You can hear already, though, back in the throttle very, very softly, not just jumping back in it, trying to get that maximum grip for that runoff down the straightaway.
Earnhardt Jr. had faded to 20th. Now Stewart runs him down, picks up another spot. That'll put him up to 19th. Still chasing Terry Labonte. Labonte coming at the start from 37th position is wending his way through the field.
Well, that's no surprise. Those Labonte boys are very, very cool. They understand what it takes to get around this racetrack, and they're patient. That's why Terry Labonte's won this race.
Smart piece of driving, I think, by Dale Earnhardt Jr. His first Winston Cup ride. He's not trying to throw it away. Willing to let these guys race it out in the early going, knowing that attrition will build in 600 miles, and try to get himself back up in this thing.
Watching Rusty Wallace there in the 2-car. His car is moving around a lot more than I know he wants it to. It's dancing up the racetrack on him, as you see Kenny Wallace there on the outside. That's the 40 there of Sterling Marlin.
And you see the 60 of Bodine, the black car. He's on the move. He started 25th. He's in 17th.
Rusty's finished this race in second spot 3 times in the last 5 years.
Last 2 years in a row, he says, I'm sick of being a bride.
Yeah, and it's always been to Gordon. You think he's hungry? He is.
You talked about Terry Labonte in the 5 there. That's the same car he won in Texas with earlier in the year. It's also a car that he won here in Charlotte in 1996.
And here's Stewart up on the outside trying to wheel around Wallace.
This is some run by Tony Stewart.
That Fender you saw run up there and kind of take a peek with the 2-car. You see him dropping back. I think right now Rusty's waiting on dark. I think he set his car up very, very loose. He's not able to hold it down where he wants it.
Tony Stewart from dead last keeps wending his way through the field. Call it 17th for the moment, but look for him to be up front another 20 or 30 laps the way he's running in the Coca-Cola 600.
It is more than sport. It is spirit. Ritual. Family. The Coca-Cola Racing family. Refreshed by Coke.
It is fast.
It is competitive.
It is exciting.
It is Pocono.
Pocono Raceway has added 15,000 grandstand and 2,000 club seats for $19.99. Now is your best chance to order tickets, but they won't last long. Call now. Call toll-free 1-800-RACEWAY. That's 1-800-RACEWAY. Operators standing by. Pocono's $19.99 dates are June 20th and July 25th.
During Dodge Adventure 99, America's best-selling, most innovative minivan now comes with a $1,000 cash allowance. Or you can choose a vacation package worth up to $1,800 at the new Universal Studios Islands of Adventure theme park in Orlando, Florida. It's the adventure of a lifetime. And we have the rides to prove it. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
There's the Budweiser Glint, best seat in the house, inside the Bud One airship. Aerial Ambassador, the king of beers, and the official beer of NASCAR. Looking down on Charlotte Motor Speedway, and we just have word that Darrell Waltrip has officially retired from an engine problem. Let's go to Alice Cook backstage.
Ken, today 250,000 people will converge on this speedway, turning it into the 3rd largest city in North Carolina. There are so many stories that surround this race, and tonight we're going to be everywhere from pit road to the luxury boxes. We're even going to mingle with some of the fans. There's much more to this race than just a race. It's a carnival, and we're going to bring the party to you.
Thank you very much, Alice. Burton still out in front. We take a look at that number 99, really picking up some time. Last lap at 169.3. Interval of Jeff Gordon. There he is in second spot. Now the 5-time winner of this race, Darrell Waltrip, has retired, gone behind the wall. We'll try to get a word with DW and find out what happened. We're understanding it may be an engine problem that has put him out. He had a good qualifying run, And it's back in the garage area, and they say it's done for the night. Darrell Walter out of the race.
Now, DW had a vibration in the race car. They tore it all apart, couldn't find it, found it just a little bit before the race. They found a bad pulley, an out-of-round pulley. Crew Chief Felipe Lopez wanted to change the engine. They said, no, it'll be all right. Guess what?
There's Bird and Gordon, and there's the 66 up on the hauler, and it is done for sure. They're going to be out of here.
That's guess what right there. That's a bad feeling when everybody else is out there racing for 600 and you're going home already.
47 laps are complete, and the 5-time winner is out of the 600 this year, Darrell Walter. Here we go for a 14th position, and Stewart in here getting ready to mix it up.
Bobby Hamilton in the 4 leading this group right here. Sterling Marlin in the 40 running very well. Terry Labonte down in the 5 there, and Jeffrey Bodine in the 60.
Friday there was no practice here at Charlotte Lowe's Motor Speedway. Let's get that right. One of the very few drivers in the garage is Bobby Hamilton in that number 4 car. He was there helping a lone crewman adjust the front fenders on that race car to try and get it more downforce. A little better grip for tonight's race.
Stewart still moving through the field. He's now shown in 13th position. He got around that 14th place car. He's gained 22 positions, 35 laps. 22 and 35 laps. That is some running.
I'm fixing to pro like the rooster on the hood of that 5 car the other day when I said I thought Terry Labonte might be a guy that could win this race.
Pretty good, Charles. He's been coming right with you the whole time.
Turn right there, right on the bottom. Pick the throttle up. Terry Labonte is moving around this racetrack.
Yeah, when you consider the leaders at 169, and he's cranking out laps at 174 miles an hour, as you just saw there. You got to keep your eye on that Kellogg's number 5. Here he is moving under Sterling, trying to pick up the number 4 Kodak car of Bobby Hamilton.
Very difficult to pass coming off the corner. You see he had to turn the steering wheel very hard there to stay under Sterling, and he's not getting a fast run out of the corner like you'd like it. Now Sterling gives him a little bit of racetrack.
That's the 12th car he's passed tonight. Labonte started deep in the field with that car.
Closes in on Hamilton. Labonte. That'd be for 14th spot if he takes Bobby down. Sterling Marlin got around him once. Marlin came back up on the outside. You hear a radio here. That is Sterling Marlin's. Been a while since he's won that last one at Daytona back in '96.
Yeah, well, it's already in the pits. I don't know what the problem is, but he's in the pits already in the 94 car.
Around on tires. 4 tire change. Mike Hogwood.
Well, Bill Elliott radioed into his crew that he was running very, very hot. They told him to come in. He's got some kind of engine problems, and it doesn't look like it's going to be a long night at all for Bill Elliott.
Also, you could see him tear away that sheet of clear off the windshield. That's the way you clean the windshields anymore. They put 2 or 3 of those coats over there. It's just like a visor on a motorcycle helmet. You just pull the visor off and you clean.
By more than 2 seconds, this car, number 99, Jeff Burton, seeking his first win of the 600, is out in front. Jeff Gordon is in second right there. Call it 2.6 seconds, first 2 seconds, as Gordon tries to win it 3 in a row. As of right now, Jeff Burton would be back in front of Dale Jarrett in the Winston Cup point battle. 12th race of '99 with the 34 to be run. It's here at Lowe's Motor Speedway.
The Superstation is gearing up for summer with an all-star lineup. It's a Memorial Day Super Movie Marathon. Little Big League.
You're a big dork.
City Slickers 2, The Legend of Curly's Gold. Firebirds.
Solid gold, Rattler.
And Days of Thunder.
There's nothing I can't do with a race car.
So kick off your summer with a Superstation.
This is it. This is what it's all about.
Memorial Day Super Movie Marathon, beginning 10:05 Eastern, Monday on the Superstation.
Out of luck with a flat tire? Not with this tire. Even with no air pressure, you drive to safety. Goodyear Aqua Steel Run Flat. Find the safe way home.
Goodyear, Goodyear. What's it like to bite into a Wendy's Classic half-pound double with cheese? Man, this is weird. Wendy's, it's hamburger bliss.
Well, I live out here on a little old farm. I got a pickup, 2 tractors, a mower, and a little old boat. Never start battery in every one of them. One in that old pickup's been in there over 4 years. Starts right up every morning.
EverStart. All the cold cranking power you'll ever need.
No matter if it's 100 degrees or 0 outside. Starts every time.
EverStart. The name says it all.
Everything I got come from Walmart, except my wife and the milk cow. And if they had a place, I'd put a battery on them.
I've been everywhere, man. Across the desert, bare man.
If the technology in SuperGuard motor oil can protect these high-performance engines, imagine how it'll perform in your new Ford Taurus SHO. Visit our website, Citgo.com, and you could win a 1999 Ford Taurus SHO or one of 500 other valuable prizes when you play the SuperGuard Online 500 Racing Challenge. Register to win at Citgo.com.
I've been everywhere.
The Coca-Cola 600 on TBS is brought to you by EverStart Battery. All the cold cranking power your truck, car, boat, or mower will ever need. Available at Walmart. And by Citgo. You know a neighbor when you see one.
Back with you at Lowe's Motor Speedway, watching as Jeff Burton's number 99 continues to dominate in the early going. 67 of the 400 laps have been completed in this 600-mile race. There's the second place car, Jeff Gordon, so you get a sense of the interval, which is now only 1 in 9/10 seconds. It was 2.63 laps ago. There's that second place car, Gordon, number 24. And here comes the third place car, number 6, Mark Martin. Martin is in third. Riding behind Martin. You have a picture from the number 6. Just behind him, there you have Steve Park. That's the fourth place car. The interval about 10, 12 car lengths between Mark Martin and Steve Park. You get back to there. Fifth spot, you have Labonte. There he is, the guy that sat on the pole. The pole winner has only won this race 7 times. 39 previous runnings of the 600. Now, as to 6th spot, behind the 18, who could that be? Well, I'll tell you who it is. Behind him, coming up from 15th spot, is car number 3, Earnhardt. He's still trucking. And there you see the number 43 Andretti as well. Rusty Wallace on pit road. The number 2 going around and early. What's the window? 60 to 65?
60 to 65. So you're all the leaders. Hey, we have trouble in turn 4.
4, spin at 4. Come through high. Come through high.
Buckshot Jones.
Keep on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Caution's not out. Come on.
No caution.
Keep on coming. Come on. Come on.
Bad break for Rusty.
As long as that caution does not come out, it won't be that tragic. You see Buckshot Jones, a lot of damage on the right front corner, flat right front.
Nadeau's number 9 is in the Melling car.
That could have been a disaster for Rusty Wallace and some of the other teams that had already pitted. Had the caution come out and everybody else had a shot at getting into the pits, oh boy, those guys who got trapped would have really been in trouble.
Jeremy Mayfield is working his way through. Let's quickly go and check on Tony Stewart. Stewart in the number 20. That's 10th indeed. From the restart at lap 8. He was 35th at the time. He's now 10th.
Just behind Mike Skinner in the 31 there. He's running in 10th right now, as you said. You see, right now on the bottom of the racetrack, going right on by Mike Skinner.
Call it 9th. He had a car pitting in front of him. They're going to give him 8th now. Another one of those leaders is on pit road. Let's see who it is.
Well, Kenny Schrader's on pit road. Jeffrey Bodine is on pit road. The number 98, Rick Mast, is out there. Brett Bodine.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the pits.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. makes his stop, first stop in Winston Cup racing.
Jeff Burton on pit road.
Leader comes in. Steve Burns waiting for him.
And can Jeff Burton comes to a stop? Crew chief Frankie Stoddard on the front tire. Pierre Cancel on the back tire. The gas man is Jim Gilbert. No chassis adjustments to the 99 of Jeff Burton. They hammer the jack underneath the left side. Good stop for Jeff Burton so far. Wow, 16.4 seconds for Jeff Burton.
16.4, 4 tires, full tank of gas, and you time for a little refreshment. Now, why does it take so long to go to the filling station?
Look who's coming in now, the 24 car, Jeff Gordon, as he heads to the pit.
Mike Hogwood's there.
Crew chief Ray Everham has made a decision that Jeff has reported they're running a little bit tight, so they're going to take a half round of wedge in the car and try to free it up just a little bit, but they don't want to go too far as the track is going to change as the sun goes down. 4 fresh tires for the 24. Their stop is done. A good one for Jeff Gordon.
Oh, he's slow. It's only 16.7. That's amazing. All right, here's Mark Martin, who has been leading at the 18. The pole sitter, Bobby Labonte, both coming down. Speed limit on pit road tonight, 55. Steve?
Yeah, Mark Martin coming to the attention of this Jimmy Fennig-led team. And Labonte in as well. Mike Aird is the jackman on the 6 car. They do make a chassis adjustment to the right rear. They come around to work on the left side. Sean Parker changing tires. This is one of the best pit crews in the business. 16 seconds. Let's go to Mike Hogwood.
And Bobby Labonte also down and away, took on 4 tires. They made a slight air pressure adjustment. Bobby Labonte didn't want too much. He thinks the track is going to come to that number 18 car.
And with Marlon Labonte on pit road, Stewart took the lead briefly from dead last to first. He's now on pit road. You're sitting there with him.
You see him scrubbing the windshield there, getting all the excess grease and the rubber dust off the windshield.
And there must have been some coming from dead last.
Oh, man, but I tell you the way he was going, it was hard for him to stick.
18.7.
Imagine running 18 or 1,100 miles in one day. Oh.
Well, he hasn't got it all done yet, but he sure looks like he means to.
Yep.
All the way to lead. And here's what he's done today. First, he was up in Indianapolis, finishing 9th. Landed at the airport at Indy, landing at the airport or the infield here at Charlotte, strapping on the gloves, missing and almost got caught there. Kyle Petty came up through. That was on lap 8. He's having just a heck of a good time. Rushville, Indiana's Tony Stewart. Talk about a busy day.
Busy day is right, but if anybody loves to drive a race car any more than Tony Stewart, I'd like to know who it is.
Finished 9th, as we said, at Indianapolis. Great finish for him, and congratulations to A.J. Foyt's team for their victory at Indianapolis this afternoon.
While we're riding with Tony Stewart, the doctor now, you see Johnny Benson coming in the pits in the 26 there. We talked to Tony Stewart a little bit earlier about his first win in Winston Cup. He said, I'd rather have 5 top 5s than I had to win one race. He says if you get consistent and you stay in the top 5, you'll win a lot more than one race.
He's going to win a lot of races in this. He runs this Winston car perhaps as well as anything he's ever raced in his life. He's a champion in so many different divisions.
Now, this completes the rotation among the leaders. Benson had inherited first place as he came onto pit road. As he makes that pit stop, it puts number 99, Burton, back in first, Gordon into second. We're showing Benson for the moment. That'll drop back. It'll be Mark Martin third, Steve Park fourth, Labonte fifth. Stay with us for more of the action. Miss Gordon looking on.
Those brake pads really did the trick.
Great.
I got a couple more things I need. Do you think you have these?
Think? No problem. Hey, Jeff, can you get these for Dan?
I'm on it.
Hey, Dan, here you go.
Anything else?
No, I think this'll do it.
All right, great.
Thanks, guys. Not as fast as Charlotte. Yeah, I know. It's a little slow in that turn at aisle 3.
Advance Auto Parts. The best part is our people. This is it. What you have to do. Same time every year, right? Well, not anymore. New Olympic Maximum with the exclusive water block and sunblock formula, which means it's guaranteed to prevent water damaging graying for 2 years, twice as long as ordinary water sealants. So while you skip a year, Olympic Maximum will still be hard at work. Twice the protection, half the work, guaranteed.
There's a moment as I bite into a Wendy's classic double with cheese when everything around me seems to come to a stop. My senses focus on its hot, juicy beef and cool, crisp toppings. For that frozen moment, all seems right in the world. Of course, nothing lasts forever. Then again, I can always come back tomorrow.
Wow, this is nutty.
Hamburger bliss. It comes with every Wendy's classic hamburger.
Eagle One A to Z wheel cleaner removes stubborn brake dust easily. And Eagle One Wet Tire Shine applies a clear high gloss shine instantly. But why does NASCAR winner Mark Martin use premium Eagle One products exclusively?
When you're in the spotlight, you always want to look your best.
Eagle One A to Z wheel cleaner and Eagle One Wet Tire Shine for the perfect finish. Eagle One, are you ready for the attention?
While you're watching the Coca-Cola 600 on TBS, Wendy's puts you in the driver's seat. Watch the race and keep your eye on the number 9 Cartoon Network car for the live in-race reveal of a toll-free number. To enter the In the Driver's Seat sweepstakes presented by Wendy's, simply call that toll-free number. One lucky winner receives a trip for 2 to the Richard Petty driving experience in Charlotte. Wendy's puts you in the driver's seat in this Coca-Cola 600. 76 laps have been completed here of the 400 to be run. There's the new $750,000 scoring pylon in the infield at the Lowe's Motor Speedway. This is the man out in front, number 99, Jeff Burton. Let's take an STP pit roundup right now after that stop under green.
Jeff Gordon is running second, but he still doesn't like the way his car is driving. Says now it is loose. But Ray Evernham, his crew chief, says, Jeff, let's just be patient. Nighttime's going to come soon, and this track is going to change a whole lot, and then it's our time to go.
And Mark Martin was concerned that he wasn't loose enough. He thought they were putting too much stress on the right front tire. The crew members told me the tires look good, but now they're afraid that they have loosened him up too much.
One guy that's perfectly happy with his race car is John Andretti. We documented him gaining 12 positions over the start. Crew chief Robbie Loomis says they did absolutely nothing to the machine. They're just riding around picking up positions.
John Andretti was in 8th. You just saw Ward Burton gun him down. The number 22 sank his teeth in, drove down to the bottom and picked up a spot.
He ought to be rubbing. That car that John Andretti has got a wickedly strong engine. That thing dynoed out at 755 horsepower, according to the engine builder, Rick Mann. And he told the crew chief, he said, you say 2 prayers for the motor to last the race, and I'll say 1 prayer for your chassis set up to work.
There's that 99, Jeff Burton, out in front, and he has a big advantage over the second place car. You see Dale Earnhardt Jr. tucked right in behind him in that number 8, which is in 19th position.
Yeah, and that was, he's already a lap down there. As Burton went by him, that put him 1 lap back.
Now we'll widen out and show you that 24 car and show you this big interval. Burton just blowing him away in that no bull 5 tonight. He can pick up an extra $1 million if he can stay where he is. Or if he falls out, Gordon can pick up $1 million. He's riding in second. And Bobby Labonte's up for the $1 million bonus tonight. He's in 4th spot. The 3rd position out here at the present time is Mark Martin, just a bit behind Jeff Gordon's car.
If you want to be able to tell these cars, the numbers on the roof there, you see the Dayglow number on the top, the spoiler is painted the same way, and you'll be able to pick them out, the cars that are going for that $1 million bonus in the no bull.
There's Gordon in 3rd, the 2nd rather, and then here comes the 6th of Mark Martin, the 3rd place car. Big fat interval there. And fairly close as Bobby Labonte picks that Pontiac back up and chases down that Ford.
If your favorite's not running up front yet, hang on. This race isn't even a quarter of the way over yet. A lot of chess to be played out, a lot of strategy to unfold.
Race summary. In 7 liters. The lead is swapped around 7 times. The average speed of the caution for 3 laps is down to 155.9 mile an hour average here at Lowe's Motor Speedway in Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, rounding out the rest of that front group, Steve Park is in 5th. Earnhardt is 6th. Schrader 7th. And Ward Burton, we saw him make the move on Andretti to take 8th. John back to 9th. And in 10th is the Tony Stewart car. Now, there's that Steve Park, number 1. It was wonderful to see. The other car that was up there in front, the Rusty Wallace car, is in 14th, right behind, or rather the Kenny Wallace car, right behind his brother Rusty. Rusty is shown in 13th, and Kenny is in 14th.
Steve Park there has a new crew chief right now, Paul Andrews, who was working with Jeremy Mayfield before this race, so he's doing quite well. Tony Stewart, is he something or what? He just goes up and passes them like he's meeting them.
For 9th place. Darrell Waltrip out of the race, and Mike Hogwood had an opportunity to talk with him about what happened to car number 66 here tonight, Kmart car.
Darrell, what happened?
Well, we had a little problem with this motor yesterday. They worked on it this morning and even up to time to put on the line. Said they had it fixed, said they found a problem. I don't think they found it, but I sure did. It just blew all the pieces going down the back. We started off bad. The car wasn't right. Come in, made an adjustment, and then I was really good running the high lines. I hate it because, you know, I ain't got very many World 600s or Coke 600s left to run, and I got to make every one of them count. Thought I could get up there as the night wore on. We really had a very adjustable car, and Philippe and Derek and everybody was doing a great job, but you can't run if you blow up.
Darrell Waltrip with his new crew chief, Philippe Lopez. They're disappointed tonight.
Darrell Waltrip is counting the number of races he has left in which to compete, and he is counting down from number 57, which was tonight. Philippe Lopez, his crew chief, says, don't worry, we will get Darrell Waltrip back in victory lane before his career as a driver ends at the end of next year.
Philippe Lopez has worked with him before, and DW is really happy about having him back. Look at Burton continue to skirt that second corner, swing that car all the way out to the wall, running a great line here and moving back in front. Got almost a 6-second advantage.
A 6-second advantage, and right now he is right there in position. He's going for the no bull also. And when I keep talking about that, $1 million bonus to win this race, hey, that is no bull.
130 miles have been completed. And right now, the man they're talking about is this guy, number 99, Jeff Bodine. The only 5-time winner of this event is Darrell Waltrip. One of his great wins was here in 1985. Pulled it off. Won the inaugural Winston the previous weekend, and then went out here in the 600 with Junior Johnson's car and flashed that winning smile in victory lane. Darrell Waltrip, one of the greats of the 600.
From TBS Superstation, an original movie with a bite. For 20 years, a mutant species has been breeding, growing, waiting. Cold-blooded terror is about to strike.
These things are going to be coming out of the hills by the thousands. We're going to have to get people out of here.
Harry Hamlin, Shannon Sturgis, and Jack Scalia. Silent Predators, premiering June 13th, exclusively on the Superstation. Watch your step.
Draft beer is an extension of the brewery brought to you, and what I mean by that is beer in its most perfect condition. It's actually beer from a finishing tank at the brewery that is put into a keg. It's then kept refrigerated all the way to your local bar or restaurant. The result is a taste and a drinkability you'll find in no other beer. Draft beer is beer at its best, and there's nothing better than an ice-cold Budweiser Draft.
Today we're going to learn the easy way to mow the lawn. This is a lawn. This is a boy. Lawn. Boy. Lawn. Boy. Lawn boy. Easy, huh?
Lawn boy. Easy to start, easy to use, easy to maintain.
Any questions?
Why are there two of you?
The Napa Legend battery has smart plates, which are up to 28% thicker than the grids in ordinary batteries. That's important, because the battery won't get drained as easily, even if you leave the lights on. Napa, over 200,000 parts. And everyone's important.
That was the drop of the green flag that got us underway. And this was some of the wild action. Kyle Petty spinning early in the going. And then you saw Buckshot Jones getting in trouble. That did not bring out a flag, but that incident with Kyle Petty brought out an early caution on lap number 8, and something went through the radiator of Jimmy Spencer's car, which has cost him a lot of laps. He is now running the 58th lap, while the leaders are on the 93rd. There's the No Bull 5 story at the present time for the $1 million bonus. Jeff Burton, he's in it. Gordon very much in it in second. Bobby Lamont in fourth. Ward Burton in 7th, and Mike Skinner back there in 12th. They're the 5 candidates from the Las Vegas race. They finished 1 through 5 to qualify to run for the $1 million bonus tonight. Here you see Ward Burton's number 22, Bill Davis Racing. They're having a very good night.
These guys are going at it. I just got a report that there's a little contact between this bunch right here not long ago. See Ward Burton.
Excuse me. No, go ahead.
Oh,
there it is.
That's teammates too.
Right. Benson and Chad Little in the green car in the middle. Part of the Jack Roush Racing organization with 5 cars there. Ward Burton is watching.
I bet Tony Stewart almost died then. He was coming up through there, and those guys hitting in front of him. He's got a great race car. He's catching Ward Burton just about a second a lap right now, so it wouldn't be long until he catches him.
That's for 7th spot. Burton is in 7th, and the number 28, the number 20. The Home Depot car is running in 8th. Just behind him, Ken Schrader has moved up into 9th. Andretti has fallen to 10th. And Terry Labonte from out back at the start. Texas Terry, winner of the Winston a week ago here in Charlotte, started 37th, now finds himself 11th. Elliott Sadler's number 21 is shown now back in 22nd position after a good start for the Wood brothers. What's the story, Mike?
Well, the problem is that Elliott Sadler is having a tough time driving the race car. He's not handling well at all, and as the sun goes down, it's getting worse. Mike Beam is the crew chief on the car. As a matter of fact, the first time a Wood brother has not crew chiefed the car this year, but Mike Beam told me he thinks he can get the problem fixed when they come in for pit stops, but they have lost a lot of ground out on the track.
You see him giving the car a lot of room in the center part of the corner there, Pete. That's usually an indication the car is not getting the proper grip, and you're using all the racetrack you possibly can to get hooked up to the racetrack.
Telemetry is pretty interesting there.
This car's got a different body on it that they're used to running. It was built by Chip Lane. They've been used to running Roush equipment. It's a brand new car with a Hopkins chassis underneath it. They said this car, this body, fits the team perfectly well. Now they're going to have to dial some more speed in it, but they'll feel that way at the end of this race.
You hear him picking the throttle up there. He's not jumping right back in it. He had to pat the throttle there to get it to hook up. That's how loose it is.
So Nemechek back on pit road again.
Back with the leader in front of a packed house here, 157,000 seats, all sold out months in advance, and enjoying the ride by Jeff Burton in first place.
And now with an I Want to Know update, here's Kristen Race.
John, last week we broke the story of the missing cheddar. We found it at Wendy's. In a revealing conversation with founder Dave Thomas, he admitted needing it for Wendy's Cheddar Lovers Bacon Cheeseburgers.
It's got a lot of cheddar.
Always the salesman, Dave made us one with bacon, sauteed onions, and yes, lots of cheddar cheese sauce. Now that we've solved the mystery, there's nothing left to do but enjoy.
Come try Wendy's new Cheddar Lovers Bacon Cheeseburger.
Just say cheese.
Back to you, John. I'll do the jokes.
Grip and crush and burger, flipping, muddle, humber. I just get
We've heard your complaints about changing your oil filter, banging your knuckles trying to grip that slippery filter. That's why Fram, America's #1 filter, now has Sure Grip, a rough textured top on our extra guard filter for easy gripping and installing. Only Fram has it.
It makes changing your oil filter a lot easier.
Fram oil filters. Pay a little more now, or pay a lot later.
You know, my first racing days were pretty rough. With my wheels set so close together, I was always getting loose in the turns. Now that I'm trading paint with the big boys, wider is better.
Now start your own White Track attack with the official pace car of NASCAR, the White Track Grand Prix.
In Richmond, wider is
better. Now there's no getting around this winning offer on the White Track Grand Prix, and you can't pass up the fast deals on every Pontiac in stock. So get into the White Track attack at your Pontiac dealer today.
From the beginner to the best, at Pro Golf Discount, we fit your game.
I've always wanted to play golf, and I'm starting today.
Pro Golf Discount, from the beginner to the best, we fit your game.
Start off right with lessons from our PGA professional. Clubs designed for a beginner, shoes and apparel properly fit, and just the right golf bag. You'll find everything for the beginning golfer except high prices.
At Pro Golf Discount, they sure fit my game.
Don't miss live in-car camera action today in the Coca-Cola 600. Log on to tbssuperstation.com. 103 laps have been completed here at Charlotte, North Carolina, with only one caution. Leading by 4 seconds over Jeff Gordon is Jeff Burton. And Jeff Burton in that number 99 is about to lap Rusty Wallace in the 14th position. He's just bulldozing this field. There's that number 99. Clearing out. The only driver in the top 6 in points who has not won a race here at Charlotte.
Jeffrey Bodine also trying to...
Bodine goes around. The caution is out for the second time.
Rusty's in it. Rusty's got front end damage.
You see that 88? Can you believe that the point leader, Dale Jarrett, is a lap down? He was right behind this altercation. He got through. Wallace did not.
We've watched that happen so many times. Jeffrey Bodine went down in the corner trying to stay in the same lead lap and got a little bit loose. The back end started around. He couldn't catch it.
Take another look at that one in a moment. That is the second caution of the day here in the 600.
Oh, Rusty Wallace car well damaged up front. This is an aerodynamic racetrack that'll hurt him badly.
You see Earnhardt Jr., the number 8, right in front of him in the 19th position. Regroup the front of the field. Wallace in danger of going a lap down, making a move on the number 60. 60 broke away. And the victor there was the number 2, although you can see some damage on the back of Jeffrey Wallace. You can listen as well on Jeffrey Bodine's radio as they're talking to him there. And there's the crumpled tail end of number 60.
Well, that sponsor won the Indianapolis 500 today. They will not win the Coca-Cola 600 tonight.
Kenny Breck winning at Indianapolis today for AJ. Big win for that team.
All pit. At least all the leaders are pitting.
Burton, Gordon, Martin, Labonte, Earnhardt, Park, both Burtons coming in, and Stewart.
All the fenders here. All the fenders.
Calling for a look at all the fenders.
Where's that dealer?
Andretti just in. Gordon back out. Track position for everything here, and he wants to stay right with number 99 Burton if he possibly can.
Yeah, these pit stops right now are very important. The biggest part they're gaining right now is adjustments on these cars. They're so important because right now some of the cars are running too loose.
Alan Bestwick.
Well, Rusty Wallace has got a lot of problems. You see Robin Pemberton scrambling down off the pit wall, walking in front of our camera. The right front corner of the machine very heavily damaged now. Rusty says the steering wheel is not straight. It is tilted toward the right. That means that the front end alignment has been knocked out of line. So in addition to the aerodynamic problems we talked about a minute ago, they're going to have to try and adjust that so he can go back onto the racetrack.
Fore and aft for Rusty Wallace.
The 60 there, Jeffrey Bodine, goes in on the bottom side. You see our leader, Jeff Burton, just behind him. And you watch Bodine, the back end just starts around. He makes contact with the two of Rusty Wallace, both of them sliding in front of our race leader. He goes to the bottom of the track. They make contact there.
That's a good description of loose. Real loose. Way too loose. Here it goes again. On the bottom, Jeffrey Bodine. Tail end comes right out. He collects Rusty on the high side. Watch Wallace will come down now. Here's where Rusty gets the front end damage right there.
Look at Dale Jarrett up here in the smoke. Just barely getting through there. He really got on the binders hard.
We're going to go for a ride with Dale Jarrett. This ought to be quite the ride. Hang on.
Watch the visibility as we go in this cloud of smoke.
Oh! It looked like he was heading right for it, buddy.
Boy, I've been there before, I'll tell you. I knew that was going to be an ugly sight.
The 1990 winner, Rusty Wallace, in big trouble here. St. Louis, Missouri driver got a bashed up Miller Ford. Tries to get back out here and do something.
Based on a true story, ER's Noah Wiley as Steve Jobs.
I trusted you!
Anthony Michael Hall as Bill Gates.
They were not stealing from me.
Pirates of Silicon Valley. See it for the first time anywhere Sunday, June 20th at 8 on TNT.
Pep Boys knows how to give you a great deal on tires. They don't run specials on just one size. Pep Boys discounts every size in stock. That means all 35,000-mile tires are 4 for $99. And all 70,000-mile tires are 4 for only $169. Even top-of-the-line 80,000-mile touring tires, all sizes 4 for $199. Call it a bonanza, an extravaganza. It's how you save on tires.
Pep Boys.
Cars like us.
People love us.
Some things are obvious from the start. Like, things turn out better when you work together. That's why the UAW International Union and General Motors Corporation got together to create programs to improve skills and safety, to educate, to promote teamwork and build better quality cars and trucks. Assembly line to finish line. Teamwork wins.
Nice try. Now get in.
Hate painting? Lowe's knows how to help. Lowe's has everything you need to get the job done quick and easy.
All at guaranteed everyday low prices.
Our paint experts can recommend the best paint for any job, like Olympic Ultimate Performance Interior Paint. It's the ultimate paint for any project.
When it comes to paint, Lowe's knows.
Good morning, Mr. Clark. Morning, Tommy. Good morning, Mr. Clark. Morning, Tommy. Good morning, Mr. Clark. Morning, Tommy.
Amazing. That car never ages.
To help keep your car young, protect your engine with Haviland Formula 3 motor oil. Add more life to your car.
109 laps, 163 of 600 miles complete. After the second caution is coming to conclusion, one more lap and we will be racing. Let's have an STP pit roundup.
There's a problem for Tony Stewart in his car. He's extremely hot, and he's feeling a bit nauseous. Says he hasn't eaten a lot all day. The next time he comes in, they're going to give him a power bar. They're also filling some plastic bags full of ice, which they're going to put down his back and put underneath him in the seat to try to cool him off a little bit. But a physical problem right now for Tony Stewart.
Rusty Wallace's crew continues to work on his car. See down the left side of the machine, they've got a string out. They're trying to check the alignment of the front and rear ends together, needing to have a square race car, as they call it. Still working to try and align the front end left to right and now the front to back end. It's a mess for Rusty Wallace.
Hey, Alan. Jeff Burton was very lucky to miss the number 2 in that last incident. When he pitted, they didn't make any adjustments, but what they did do was clean the grill to the car so they can get plenty of air into that engine compartment. And also, if there's a look as he's going to go just underneath the 60 of Jeffrey Bodine and the number 2 of Rusty Wallace. And boy, that was lucky to avoid that accident. And as we said, they cleaned the grill off. He might have got some rubber on the front of that grill from those tires. And also, Buddy Baker, we've heard Mark Martin tell his crew that he has never used so much brake in a race here in Charlotte as we go back to green.
Green flag, green flag. What that means is he's probably going down in the corner, and it's got a little bit of push in the car, getting into the corner. He's using the brakes to stable the front end, get a little more down pressure. As he goes along and the racetrack gets a little better, he won't have to use as much brake.
Yeah, needs a break.
He does. He's trying to get his lap back.
Here's the point leader, the 1996 winner of the event, and he's getting it back right there as he gets real racy. But Jeff Burton is back on the outside, trying to put him down that one full lap. At the present time, that would make Dale Jarrett.
Trouble up in turn 4.
One car
on the wall.
Don't know if they're going to bring the yellow out or not. Keep digging.
It's Jeffrey Bodine again, hitting the wall again.
In turn 4, let's see, caution is out. Maybe some parts out there in turn 4 as the number 60 slams the wall on that restart.
He stayed up against the wall quite a while there. I'm sure he did quite a bit of damage as far as knocking the rear end housing over in that car. You can see the left rear sticking out under the fender there.
Here they come to the line. It looks like Dale Jarrett's going to get his lap back. He's there in the 88.
Hard luck for one, good luck for another.
Bad luck here for Jeffrey Bodine in the power team number 60.
Bet something broke in that race car to put him in the wall the second time. Almost guarantee it.
It looked like it jumped up a couple of lanes.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Bodine wheels it around, and he's taking it right to the transporter. Big break for the Winston Cup point leader. Dale Jarrett has made up his lap. Here it is. We'll be back in a moment.
I got a call from somewhere in this area. Something wasn't right.
Hi. What's good here?
Chili. Raisin.
I didn't need to hear anymore. This was a cellular town, and these were cellular people. I told them everything. How Sprint PCS built the only all-digital, all-PCS nationwide network so they could be heard loud and clear. There are others out there. They have to know.
That's one race that I wish I could run over one more time.
The legendary Daytona 500 has broken a lot of hearts.
I was way out front in 1981, and that thing ran out of gas.
In 74, I blew a tire with 12 laps to go. But the biggest heartbreak of all would be trying to get into Daytona International Speedway using an American Express card. So if you want to enjoy the heart-pounding excitement of Daytona, bring your Visa card, official card of NASCAR.
My girlfriend let me hear Daytona. I sure miss that car.
Extreme stress, serial heat. No one can break down a motor oil faster than a police force. That's why police forces around the country use Castrol GTX, the only leading 10W30 that provides maximum protection against both viscosity and thermal breakdown. Because some people have more important things to worry about than motor oil. Castrol GTX, drive hard. And try Castrol Syntec Blend for added synthetic protection.
On any road, in any kind of weather, you can find yourself out of luck with a flat tire. But not with this tire. Even with no air pressure, you keep driving to safety. Goodyear Aqua Steel Run Flat. It could be the difference between finding yourself out of luck or finding the safe way home. Aqua Steel Run Flat, only from Goodyear.
The Coca-Cola 600 on TDS is brought to you by Castrol GTX, the motor oil that provides maximum protection. Castrol GTX, drive hard. And by Goodyear. Need tires? Call 1-800-GOODYEAR.
We're back with you. 114 laps complete, 171.5 miles down in the Coca-Cola 600. And here's why we are under caution. Take you to turn 4 with Jeffrey Bodine.
Yeah, he's just right into the wall. Had just crashed a couple of laps earlier, and something obviously went wrong with that race car. Perhaps a tire went down or a mechanical problem of some kind.
Mike has Jeffrey Bodine with him.
Jeffrey, what happened?
Which time? The first time I was trying to keep from going a lap down. We had a really good car, and trying to get by Rusty, and I got under him down the backside and just got loose getting into 3 and went up and hit the wall a little bit. We fixed the car and everything felt all right, but on a restart went down into 3 and everything felt good, but the tire blew. Must have cut it somehow. Something was rubbing or something. And now we got some serious damage to fix, so it's going to take a little while, but not quite as good a day as Kenny Brack had and AJ Foyt and Indy with the power team car up there, but we were running good here. Just a shame this happened.
Blown tire puts Jeffrey Bodine in the wall.
Memorial Day 1999 at Lowe's Motor Speedway. Steve Burns has more. That's the veteran Darrell Andrews.
And Ken, Darrell Andrews is the tire carrier on this team. That last incident was a big break for Jeremy Mayfield. But let me tell you, Paul Andrews in 1967 was serving in Vietnam. He was a sergeant in the 1st Cavalry. He was injured when mortar went off behind him. His left arm was severely mangled. He was taken to a military hospital in Yokohama. While in the hospital, he overheard 3 doctors discussing the inevitable amputation of his arm. He begged the doctors not to take it. One of the doctors turned around and said, "Soldier, where are you from?" He said, "I'm from Siler City, North Carolina." The doctor said, "Hey, I'm from Statesville. Soldier, I'm going to send you home." Darrell Andrews is with us. He was taken to Walter Reed Hospital in D.C., where doctors, the trauma surgeons, saved his left arm. Darrell, it's an honor to speak to you tonight on Memorial Day. Tell us about your experience.
Well, it's an honor to be here, but most important is able to have this left arm that I was blessed to, Lord bless me, to let me keep it, and we beat the odds, and we still have it.
Do you have any emotions on Memorial Day, Darrell, thinking about Vietnam and your comrades?
Yeah, early in the evening when all the choppers came in, it gave me cold chills and brought back a lot of memories. I was 1st Cav Division. I did a lot of flying in choppers over there, and it did bring back a lot of memories.
All right, thank you, Darrell. We're going back green, a real hero here in the pits.
Now 2 cars have made up a lap. Mayfield as well as Jarrett made up a lap. Both of them came in and strapped on 4 new tires as we get back under green. They're in that lead lap, and we now have a total of 15 cars up in front, buddy.
Yeah, and what's happening right now is the racetrack is starting to get a little bit cooler out there. The front part of the racetrack, the front straightaway and all, is totally in shadow now. So things are changing on this racetrack. Some cars that looked real bad at the start of this race start looking much better now.
Sterling Marlin, who shows right behind the number 99 car, has gone a lap down, tried to make it up on that restart, was unsuccessful in doing so.
Jeff Burton, once again, showing the power of his Roush Ford, puts the 99 in front. Bobby Labonte second, Gordon third, and Dale Earnhardt comes to 4th. Steve Park is in 5th, Mark Martin 6th, Ward Burton 7th, and Stewart finds himself in 8th.
How could he ever eat a power bar with one of those helmets? Did you see that helmet on that he's wearing? How would you ever get it into your mouth?
Well, he was drinking water and trying to get a little more. First thing you do when you do the races like he's done today, you start to dehydrate even though you don't know it. He was drinking water and trying to get himself all back where he's normal. And right now he's fighting the problem with heat. I think once he gets something to eat, maybe a little more water in the system, he'll be pretty good.
They have intravenous power bars. I wonder about that.
Different on the other end.
But I never ran an Indy in the 600 in the same day either.
No, only one guy has done that, John Andretti, and he didn't finish the 600. He did finish Indianapolis, his first year here ever. He finished the Indianapolis 500 in 10th. It came out here to Charlotte, blew the motor, hit the wall, and that was the end of the day.
There you see Stewart in the 20, pressed up on the outside in heavy traffic. Nadu in the 9, the Melling car down the bottom. And that team drives with heavy heart, that number 9 team. Harry Melling, whose cars with Bill Elliott won 34 Winston Cup races, 11 Super Speedway races in 1 year. Harry Melling at age 54 passed away yesterday. And they're racing in his honor out here today and doing a good job right now. They're being shown 22nd position for Nadu. Cartoon Network car there in the bottom of the screen. Jeff Gordon in trouble. That's your second place car. Things not looking good on number 24. Jeff Gordon in trouble. trying to make it 3 in a row.
He's dropping back.
Looking doubtful. Here comes Earnhardt around him.
That's not a good smoke either. It's coming out from the center part.
Yellow flag coming out.
Fourth caution. Right here. Right now. And he may have laid some oil down as Gordon presumably has an engine expiring. We'll find out in just a moment. There's the 40 making up a lap. Back in the game indeed is Sterling Marlin in number 40. Marlin makes up a lap as Gordon pulls on to pit road.
Well, Ken, that's how fast things can change. You say 600 miles, but right now 600 looks pretty dim for him.
Diamonds last year, stones for 1999 for number 24, Jeff Gordon. Slowing down, pulling onto pit road, had won 2 in a row. 3 of the last 5 600s have belonged to this number 24.
Well, whatever it is, he's going around so he won't lose a lap. So he apparently is something that he feels they can adjust on.
Well, NASCAR put the caution flag out thinking that there was oil between turns 3 and 4, and indeed they've got a truck out there putting oil dry down in that area.
Steve Burns can tell us more.
Hey, Ken, they're not real sure right now what the problem is. They're going to raise the hood. They're not sure if it's the motor or if there's something wrong with the rear end. We do know that the oil temperature is okay, water temperature okay as well. So they're going to open the hood and find out what's wrong.
And you can see putting down some speedy dry out there.
You know, it looked to me like a gear problem because it was coming from the center. It was either transmission or gear because it was coming right in the center part of the back of the car.
Leaders pitting. Jeff Burton's in. Earnhardt, Mark Martin, Bobby Labonte, Cole Sitter, Kenny Schrader's there. Dale Jarrett, Jeremy Mayfield, all on pit road at the present time. Ward Burton in and out. There you see Tony Stewart.
Lunchtime? What do you think?
He got his power bar. Ray Evernham on the radio. Gordon fans want that 3-peat. You're watching as the hood goes up on Jeff Gordon's number 24.
You see it, guy?
Yeah, and Ken, there's also 2 members of this team underneath the rear end of the car checking there as well. Ed Guzzo looks around to the front. I don't know if they've made a determination yet, but again, they are on both ends of this number 24. So far, they haven't made any decision. Jeff is listening to Ray Evernham. They do see some oil to the left front. But again, it's really hard to tell from where we are right now if and what is wrong.
All right, Dr. Baker, what do you think?
Well, I don't know. They abandoned the back of the car. That kind of shot a hole in what I was guessing it was. They all went to the front of the car. I'm not sure they know. They'll check and see where the car was sitting and see where the oil was dropping on that pavement there. You can see them bending down and see what kind of oil it was.
It didn't look like much oil either, did it?
Yeah.
And we had an oil down situation on the track. You saw the safety truck out there. 3-time winner, 94, 97, 98, is back on the track in his 7th 600. Gave it a good run yesterday and came up shy. Had to pull his car in from running the CarQuest 300 in Grand National. And here's Dale Earnhardt Jr. back on pit road.
Taking on tires. He's learning so much right now that'll help him in the future. I think that's what he had in mind. Just go out, get 600 miles under his belt, and learn these racetracks.
17th when he pitted.
Crew on that car has really had quite a weekend for themselves. They've tried to prepare the Busch Series car where they finished second yesterday. This car as well. And incredibly, Tony Urie's father, the crew chief's father, passed away on Friday. Ralph Urie, and they are still here working on these race cars with a very heavy heart for sure.
A lot of people remember Ralph Urie. He drove race cars around this area for a long time. He was a plumber from Kannapolis.
Hey, buddy, quick question. Could that be power steering on that number 24?
It's definitely oil related. It could be anything. I don't want to speculate until Steve tells us what's wrong.
Going to stay here with you with 124 laps complete. We're in the 4th caution in the 600. And it's going to put Steve Parks, number 1, up in front. Steve Park first, Ward Burton second, Jeff Burton third. We'll have those brothers at it in second and third. Ward Burton and Jeff Burton.
Gordon down, coming back in the pits again and down the front straightaway.
Now that could be fun with the 22 and the 99 in second and third. Those Burton kids, as they'll tell you in South Boston, they may be brothers and they may love each other. They get on a racetrack and hope their father's here, because this could get nasty. Again, we've got Gordon in.
Steve Park shows as the leader right now.
He didn't hit.
Out there, Earnhardt is fourth. Bobby Labonte is fifth. Mark Martin in sixth. Andretti is seventh. Mayfield lies eighth. And Terry Labonte in ninth. Stewart is 10th. Those are your top 10. And we are showing now 15 cars in the lead lap. Gordon being the 15th, tailing things here and trying to remedy the mystery.
Evernham able to talk to the crew as they work on that race car. He could be the team's leader, mechanical leader, social emotional leader as well, decision maker.
You see a shot of the car of Tony Stewart when he came in. Well, they didn't just put fuel in the car. The driver got a power bar. He got 2 bags of ice that he put down the front of his fire suit. And they've just sent a crew member after more power bars. Every time he comes in, fuel for the car, some more fuel for the driver.
Ready on a restart. Showing 126 laps complete. 400 as they take green. Steve Park out in front.
Jeff Gordon is going to the garage area, it looks like, to fix this car. You can see the crews running around right now as he comes down pit road very slow. He's going to make a left turn right into the garage area.
Well, 3 DNFs this year, 31st place finish at Richmond. The invincible team is having their problems this year. They will get it all back together again, you can be assured, but it's been a tough few weeks for these folks.
Gordon falling back in the points, and this will be another big hit if he's out this early. He will stumble another time, currently 5th in points when the evening started. Steve Park leads the parade. As of now, Dale Jarrett is in front. You see Burton second. Gordon back there in 5th in the point standings as the day began.
Well, look at those points when you think of what an up and down year Dale Jarrett has had. He began the year upside down at Daytona. In his most recent race, point race, Richmond, he won.
The Cyclone begins to pick up speed once again. It's Tony Stewart down on the inside in the number 20, trying to cut his way through lap cars and come after some more competitors to move back into those leaders.
Wonder how long Steve Park's going to be staying out there in the lead without having gotten tires on that round of pit stops.
Stewart is 8 and Andretti is in 7th. Another lap on Musgrave, running in 32nd position, the number 75, the Remington car.
Remember Terry Labonte, we talked about him not long ago. Terry Labonte already up in the top 10 now.
He may be ailing, but he sure doesn't look it here. That's a good swath. Cuts to the outside. Remember the man he's after at the present time was Andretti. Now it's Mayfield. Andretti has moved around Mayfield, and the number 12 is the car that Stewart will challenge next.
Tony Stewart looks like he's on a half-mile dirt here. He's turning over cars, under cars. I'm telling you, he's making this thing work as he puts Jeremy Mayfield down the back straightaway. The 20 car is absolutely flying around this racetrack.
I think they fed that car some power bars in addition to the driver.
Into 8. Into 8. Meanwhile, second place.
Look at this crowd is up on its feet right now as Dale Earnhardt takes over second spot.
Black is back. Dale Earnhardt, the 7-time champion, the 3-time winner of the 600, puts it to number 3 and begins to close on Steve Park. If you want to see 150,000 people plus in this grandstand in unison, watch if Earnhardt closes on Park.
I would say Earnhardt's pretty pleased right now. Park leading the race in his car, and he's running second right now. Due to change.
Mike Hawkwood standing by with Jeff Gordon in the garage.
Yeah, not a happy Jeff Gordon either. Jeff, what's going on up there?
Man, I don't know what's going on. Things aren't going our way, that's for sure. But DuPont Chevrolet was running great. Some kind of seal in the power steering pump blew. I've never seen anything like this before. Our car was driving great. I was a little bit loose on new tires, but we were great on old tires. I think we were really coming, but not going to be our day today.
Jeff Gordon, some things just keep going wrong on that 24 car.
At least that's something that they can fix. The seal in a power steering unit can be fixed. The blown engine can't be fixed. They cannot change engines. But anything mechanical on that race car, they've got some terrific mechanics on the 24 team, and they will get it fixed.
That's the 5th race of 12 in 99 that he has finished lower than 30th. The number 24, Jeff Gordon, way back. Take a look at Steve Park out in front in an Earnhardt car. There are no team regulations here. Park will give the old man a fight.
So, you want to drive for Budweiser. How about being a NASCAR driver?
Hey, that's me.
A top fuel driver?
That's me.
A champ car driver?
Hey, that's me.
Well then, how about being a designated driver?
Everybody can do that.
Budweiser reminds you that the designated driver always ends up in victory lane.
Hi, I'm Jeff Burton with an exciting message for NASCAR fans. Buy any Exide NASCAR Select product and get a Motorola pager free. It's a great way to enter the Exide NASCAR Select 99 sweepstakes. Every month you'll be paged with another chance to win cool prizes. You could even win $50,000 and be an honorary member of the Exide Racing Team pit crew for the first race of the next century. Look for details wherever Exide NASCAR Select is sold.
Oh, wait, man, I gotta find the phone.
Available at GEX in Hampton and Newport News.
During Adventure 99, you can lease a Dodge Durango for only $365 a month. Or if you buy a Dodge Caravan, get your choice of a $1,000 cash allowance. Or a vacation package worth up to $1,800 at the new Universal Studios Islands of Adventure theme park in Orlando, Florida. It's the adventure of a lifetime. And we have the rides to prove it. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Flying high above the Lowe's Motor Speedway, Charlotte, the Bud 1 airship. To all racing fans, this Bud's for you. Beautiful night for a ride in the blink. Hey, since he started this race, if he were driving down the highway, Tony Stewart's gone about 200 miles from Indianapolis down to Lexington, Kentucky. A little 600-mile trip that he's making today after a 500-mile afternoon sojourn up at Indianapolis, Indiana. And he's moving right along with the program. He's being shown in 8th place and trying to close on John Andretti, who is in 7th. That's Ernie Irvin in the number 36 right there. Had a bad crash the other night. Ernie's running 18th on the field at the present time in the M&M's car. Ernie Irvin running a lap down. And now a lap down to Tony Stewart.
Hard to believe those yellow stripes on the back of Stewart's race car on that bumper.
Take a look at number 1 up in front. Paul Andrews, the crew chief on this one, buddy. And what a remarkable job Steve Park is doing, leading his boss by about 1 4/10 of a second now.
You know, you're exactly right. He's not losing any ground whatsoever. Steve Park out there going. This all started happening back in Richmond not long ago. He was up front there. All of a sudden, Steve Park is healthy again after being hurt last year, showing what Dale Earnhardt saw in him when he hired him to drive that car.
Check this for 4th place. Mark Martin moves around. There, the Burton brothers have been side by side for a while. Now, Jeff has moved away. There you see Ward at 22. And he's on the tail end of this group as Mark Martin, followed by Bobby Labonte, then Ward Burton. Credit those cars. Martin running in fourth, Labonte fifth, Burton in sixth. Just behind him is Andretti in seventh.
And then Stewart in eighth.
Let's go to Mike Hogwood right now with Paul Andrews.
Yeah, Paul's here. Paul, you talk about bonding in a hurry. You and your driver have found some chemistry, and what a job he's doing out there on the track.
I tell you, it's a good organization. I'm glad to be over here, and things are going real well, of course. I really didn't think as many people would sit. Of course, everybody did except us, but I thought it was a pretty conservative move what we did, by staying out. But we're just glad to get this pinball Chevrolet up in front, and we're glad to be here.
What's your driver saying about the track? Is it changing a lot?
Track's been good. The car's been pretty good. Really no big changes, really, from start of the race to right now. We just kind of adjusted on the car just a little bit.
That's Paul Andrews, the crew chief, and they've just added another member to this team. Dave Charpentier, one of the great engineers in Winston Cup racing, signed on with this team today. He's sitting up here on top of the pool box with Paul Andrews.
Just imagine only one lap led by Steve Park in Winston competition before this race, which he, for the moment, is the dominator.
Well, also incredible is that Steve Park has never had a top 10 in his Winston Cup career. Boy, this amalgamation between he and Andrews is just perfect. And look at Earnhardt running in second spot strong.
Yeah, Earnhardt's going to have some company pretty quick, though. That 99 car, Jeff Burton, is flying around this racetrack. He's caught Earnhardt with about a 20-car deficit right now, and you can see the interval between the two, not much.
Let's get a story on that Earnhardt car from Steve Burns.
Hey, Ken, one of the things we're seeing in this race is three teams got together to develop an aerodynamic program called RAD. It's Dale Earnhardt's team, Steve Park, the 33, the 55, and the 1, and all 5 of those cars qualified in the top 15 and running well here tonight.
RAD stands for Richard Childress, Andy Petrie, and Dale Earnhardt. And all of the cars in the garage of those various teams are subject to this RAD program, which is an aerodynamic program headed by Lewis Duncan. Looks like it's working pretty well.
That last set of speed numbers showed that Earnhardt was the quickest thing out here, but tough riding with him along for the ride in the draft is that number 99. And that combination, turning those laps at 175 miles an hour recently, trying to close that ground, but they're not closing on Park for the moment. He still sustains first place.
As you very well know, catching Earnhardt's one thing. Passing him, that's another deal.
And catching his car out in front, the number 1 seems to be an issue for Earnhardt tonight. The number 3 here at this track in 1998. Didn't have much of a time. 39th in the 600, 29th in the 500. As we say, black is back. Earnhardt second, and his other car first.
It is more than sport. It is spirit. Ritual. Family. The Coca-Cola Racing family. Refreshed by Coke.
NASCAR Winston Cup Racing is the fastest growing sport in America, and Pocono Raceway is one of NASCAR's most competitive tracks. Pocono Raceway has added 15,000 grandstand and 2,000 club seats for $19.99. Now is your best chance to experience Winston Cup Racing at Pocono. Call now while tickets last. Call toll-free 1-800-RACEWAY. That's 1-800-RACEWAY. Operators are standing by. Pocono's 1999 Winston Cup dates are the Pocono 500 June 20th and the Pennsylvania 500 July 25th. Call now 1-800-RACEWAY.
Time to paint? Head to Sears Big Paint Sale, featuring all weather beater, like our best satin, only $15.99. Need interior paint? Try this Sears Easy Living, only $9.99. Now's the time to paint, because with any 2 gallons, you get $2 off a Craftsman tool. Sears Big Paint Sale. Don't miss it.
How's the car, Dale? A little tight off. 0 cars moving up. Get them on the inside.
In
inside every member of Team Monte Carlo, there's a side that's kind of wild.
Get another tire.
Team Monte Carlo. Animal. Pardon me. This year, they're hungrier than ever.
There's a lot of reasons why so many people who take care of their cars turn to AutoZone each week. The low prices on the replacement parts they really need, and the large selection of the things they simply want. But most of all, they come to AutoZone because of the helpful, friendly people who work there. The kind of folks who know their stuff and who'll go the extra mile to help you out. Because after all, taking pride in taking care of people is what AutoZone is all about.
He'll tell you this is one of his most important tracks. He'll tell you that in 1986, one of his greatest wins was here, the first of his 3 600 wins. He went on to win the Winston Cup Championship that year. Looking a lot younger in 86 than even Earnhardt Jr. today. Right now, he's fallen to third spot as the Duralube aerial platform gives you these pictures. Jeff Burton in the 99 has moved up into second spot. Outgunned Earnhardt, who's now back here running third. Mark Martin not too far behind him either. Martin may make a run on that Goodwrench Chevy before too much longer. Still, the man of the moment is Steve Park, out in front with a 1 7/10 of a second advantage over Burton, but it looks like Burton's ready to chop that down.
Look at the scramble back in here. Earnhardt Jr. right now, kind of on an economy run right now, just kind of getting some time in these race cars, getting a feel for the car, but not really as fast as the front runners.
Stays right there in 20th position, and you saw the 88 of Dale Jarrett. He's in 12th spot. Mayfield with him in 11th.
If you don't believe it's hot in there, this little tube right here, that's for air. It comes in the side of the race car and shoots that air back on the driver. You can see his uniform there fluctuating as the air blows across it.
The reason you have to do that is the right side has a window in it, and aerodynamics dictate that these cars be pretty well sealed up. There's an open window on the driver's side, but you don't want to have any air blowing in there. That'll slow the race car down, so this is about the only way to keep the driver cool. That and a little air circulating through his helmet.
Running in 9th spot is Nadeau, and there's Jeremy Mayfield getting a lap on the inside with him.
Oh, hang on to that thing. He's fighting that steering wheel pretty hard right now. The car must be just a touch on the loose side. See him back and forth on this.
170 miles an hour, I'd say that's a handful.
8,200, 8,200 down the front straightaway. That's a lot of RPMs for 600 miles.
And there you see Dale Earnhardt Jr. up on the outside. Nadeau and Earnhardt are in a battle for 19th spot, and for the moment, you can give it to Earnhardt Jr. The owner of the car, number 9, Harry Melling, who passed away this weekend at age 54. Harry Melling started with Benny Parsons in Winston Cup racing, and Benny literally introduced him to Bill Elliott, and Bill Elliott won 34 races and 4 pole positions for Harry Melling in that great career, including that wonderful year of 1985 when they won 11 super speedway races, but this 600 escaped them.
A fine gentleman, and I tell you, he had a passion for this sport. He really went out several times and sponsored that car without any extra help from anyone.
Those were glorious days for Bill Elliott, running now in the 27th position. Our condolences and our deepest sincere wishes go to the family of Harry Melling today. Nice people, contributed so much to racing. Mark Melling, all that gang up there. His brother Matthew, sister. As I say, those folks. Mark said the other day, my dad loved racing. He met so many wonderful people over the years.
Looking at Bill Elliott's telemetry there, he's turning about 8,000. He's just a little bit off in the RPM down the straightaway. He turned 8,100, where Nadeau was turning 8,200 at the far end of the straightaway.
Bill Elliott remembered Harry Melling a little earlier, shared some of thoughts about this wonderful car owner that had such a great time in the 80s.
mean, Harry believed in us. I'll never forget Ernie and I driving up to his office and sitting down and talking to Harry Melling about possible sponsorship for the 81 season. My sympathy goes out to the whole family, the whole Melling crew. I mean, I was a part of their deal from, you know, from like 1980 through 92, 93, and I still always was friends with Harry even to this day.
It's been tough for the whole team. He's been a great guy. I mean, I want to remember him the last time I seen him, which was at Talladega. You know, we had dinner the night before. He made some great steaks, and it's a really sad deal for the whole team. But if it was, you know, he's telling us right now to keep going, keep our heads up.
Jerry Nadeau keeping his head up, fighting it out here, back in 20th spot on lap 161. To Christine and Michelle, Mark and Matthew, best wishes from all of us here. Take a look at Mark Martin closing now on Earnhardt in the number 3.
Just as you said just a few minutes ago, it looked like Mark Martin had picked it up a little bit. He's run Earnhardt down. Earnhardt's car gets a little bit loose right there getting in the corner. Mark Martin's got a great run off the corner on him.
This will have the fans on their feet. Hard to figure who to cheer for here at Charlotte because they love Mark Martin and they love Dale Earnhardt as well.
Take a look at this. Here comes Mark Martin up on the outside, and he's going to take a spot. Yes, indeed. Earnhardt falls back one more. You've got Mark Martin to third, Earnhardt in fourth. And Tony Stewart in that number 20 continues to attack and bust his way through this field. Nice move by Martin.
Quote from Earnhardt a week ago, it's harder to win than it used to be.
Third for Martin, fourth for Earnhardt. And here comes Jeff Gordon back out. Many laps down. They show him at lap 126 with a leader on lap 165.
Yeah, and that's what makes this race team as great as they are, though. They never give up. They're just going back out there, get as many points as they possibly can. This is a team that does not know how to quit.
And their motto is refuse to lose, and they truly believe in that.
Now you see that number 20 continuing to move through, getting up on Burton, going for Bobby Labonte. There you have it, first to second, and no question about it. The 99. Jeff Burton is closing on Steve Park. It's less than a second between the number 1 car in first and second. I want to remind everyone that the TBS Super Shop offers official NASCAR collectibles. Stay tuned throughout the race for your chance to purchase officially licensed merchandise. Toll free 1-877-577-SHOP.
Well, I live out here on a little old farm. I got a pickup, 2 tractors, a mower, and a little old boat. Never start battery in every one of them. One in that old pickup's been in there over 4 years. Starts right up every morning.
EverStart. All the cold cranking power you'll ever need.
No matter if it's 100 degrees or 0 outside. Starts every time.
EverStart. The name says it all.
Everything I got come from Walmart, except my wife and the milk cow. And if they had a place, I'd put a battery on them.
Right, give me a good exit and a clean arch. Go! Come on, pay attention. Right, heads up at 4,500 feet. Look, reach, pull, go! Come on, you can do it!
How many times have you done this?
None, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
I never thought when my son moved away that I wouldn't see him for 3 years. It's just a tractor for my grandson. But this trip I wasn't gonna miss.
He's sleeping.
This is for when he's older. My son had built his own life.
Hey, Dad.
He got a John Deere.
Of course.
But he still appreciates where he came from.
The LT-133 from John Deere. At under $2,000, it's possibly the best lawn tractor ever built. And it's the only one with a past as bright as its future.
This is a sport that brings families together. Most of the time, anyway.
You're mine today, buddy. That rooster's crowing a little early this morning, isn't it?
This is a sport where the hearts race every bit as fast as the cars. And this is a sport where some of its biggest fans are some of its smallest. This is NASCAR.
Hi, everyone. Welcome live to the TBS Super Shop. I'm Brian Collard. And while you're watching live TBS Sports coverage of the Coca-Cola 600, we've got these special 118 die-cast cars, including Tony Stewart. You saw him at the Indy 500 earlier, where he won in 9th place. How about tonight? He's at the Charlotte race. This is the car that he's using, the number 20, done to exact detail. That's at $71.50. Also, Dale Jr. making his Winston Cup NASCAR debut tonight with the Budweiser number 8. That also at $71.50. The most detailed of all die-cast, the 118s. Call us toll-free at 1-877-577-SHOP. And available the 16-car set at $39.85, 164 die-cast metal size. Call us toll-free at 1-877-577-SHOP and check us out online at tbssupershop.com and join us right after the race for a special Super Shop as we take you back to Lowe's Motor Speedway in Charlotte with Steve Park in the lead.
173 laps, 259.5 miles complete in the 40th annual Coca-Cola 600. This is the man now in front. Jeff Burton has run down Steve Park and made a pass that looked relatively easy, taking a pretty high line. We'll take a look at it right here, Buddy Baker.
Well, you can see right there as they come down the front straightaway, the 99 of Jeff Burton, he's looking him over. Steve Park realizes that he's much quicker, does not even put up a fight, rolls out of the throttle, lets him go right on by. That's a mature driver when you do that.
Took him on the inside in 1 and 2, but he closed almost 10 car lengths in turns 3 and 4 on the outside. Just rolled up through. He can put that car anywhere.
He's got a bigger problem, though, than having been passed for the lead, and that is that he took his last pit stop right around lap 107, and the leaders came in after that, you'll recall, about 15 laps after that, and they pitted. So Park is going to have to pit for fuel in just a few laps.
Perhaps less than 5. We'll see Steve Park's number 1 on pit road. Kevin LePage in the 16 going a lap down. He's running in 28th position. Came into this race as a provisional. The other big story provisional-wise was the number 5, Terry Lamonti, who's now up to 10th and running with the leaders.
Jeff Burton makes a lap around the racetrack. His wife makes a lap with him. I've never watched a wife in the pits that gets as intense about what he does on the racetrack as his wife does.
Closing up on John. Lap down. Here's Steve Park back there in that second spot. Let's go backstage with Alice Cook.
Well, keeping with our Memorial Day theme, 70 runners from 6 different Army bases finished a 1,700-mile relay today, and we're going to have Pat Traeger, the event organizer, tell us the purpose of it.
We ran to raise college scholarship money for the children of our fallen special operators who died in either combat or in training.
Great. And you know what? They raised over $70,000.
Great story. We saw them running out here before the race, Alice. Here's Steve Park. He's come on to pit road, making that stop at lap 176.
Now, he has just got to hope that there is not a caution flag to allow the leaders to pit under yellow, because that could easily put him a lap down, almost certainly will.
Mike Hogwood.
Well, Steve Park said he was a little bit tight in the turn, so they made an air pressure adjustment. He had 17 laps more on those tires than the others out on the racetrack. So he does have fresh tires and a full tank of fuel, and as you say, he hopes there's no caution anytime soon.
Here's Jeff Burton on the bottom, getting under one of the Bodine, or rather under Rick Mast in the 98. Closing up on Grissom in the 41.
Dominating performance by,
say that, I mean Green in the 41.
Looking at Jeff Burton go around there. Steve Park made that stop and come back out on the racetrack in 15th spot.
As well as Burton is running today, believe it or not, this is not his best car. They demolished the car that they wanted to run in this race last week in the Winston in a grinding head-on collision. Now, this is a good car. It's the same car that won Vegas. Last year, he won Darlington with this car. The team has just decided that since this is the car that put them in the No Bull 5 program, well, why not give it a shot to try and win that $1 million bonus? But they really wanted to run the car they lost last week.
Mentioning that number 41, David Green in that car. You saw the 41, and it is being shown in 32nd position. Temperature right now at 79 degrees, but it's still kind of warm as we get the evening time here.
Wow, it's just it's going to get better. The grip's going to get better. The speeds will get quicker now. And everybody's hoping it won't get much better for Jeff Burton, I'll guarantee you, because he is mowing them down right now.
Doesn't matter where that car works, outside, inside, the 99 will take this racetrack and go with it.
As the temperature changes, it's going to have an effect on the way the race cars handle. So crew members, team members tried to figure out what the temperature and the weather was going to do tonight, set the cars up as best they could. It is quite a trick adjusting for the daytime start and the nighttime finish.
At second place, you saw the interval back to Mark Martin in second position.
I'd say Jack Roush knows how to pick a pretty good team, wouldn't you? First and second in this race right now. And Mark Martin helps Jeff Burton as much as he works on his car. He works on Jeff Burton's car as far as advice to how to fix that car for the race.
Saw the no bull competitors, those guys for the $1 million bonus. Right now, Jeff Burton has it in his pocket. Here he is currently in second from 7th position. And he's got about 4.5 seconds to make up Mark Martin if he's going to go after that leader. He's in great shape. You've got a couple of Roush cars, 1 and 2 with a Joe Gibbs car. Bobby Labonte running in third.
Boy, that sounds like some kind of beautiful music down the front straightaway there. Mark Martin's car just absolutely sounds like it's just flying down through there.
You know, you're talking about Roush having first and second place cars, and next year they're going to add Matt Kenseth to the stable. He will be working with Mark Martin as Mark brings him along into Winston Cup.
Here's Tony Stewart. That's 5th position. If you're just joining us, Tony Stewart came from dead last up to 5th after finishing 9th at Indianapolis earlier today.
This summer, if you can dream it up, Sonic can put it in a cup. We've got hundreds of drink flavors you can mix and match, plus our 44-ounce Route 44 big drinks. Enough choices to let your dreams run wild.
Sonic America's driving. Follow the Bonanza, an extravaganza. It's how you save on tires. Now at Pep Boys, all 35,000-mile tires are 4 for only $99, and all 70,000-mile tires 4 for $169.
Pep Boys, cars like us.
People love us.
Clean is my business. So when I'm on the road, Super 8's my motel. Clean carpets, clean seats, clean. Clean inside and out. Life's great at Super 8.
Want to turn your steak into a steakhouse steak? Our free marinade mix gives you a hickory taste that's smoking. And it's free from A1. The Steakhouse Secret.
Quality matters to you as a collector and to us at Turn 2 Racing Collectibles. At Turn 2, the first exclusive NASCAR Winston Cup Collectibles racing shop in Williamsburg, you'll find only the highest quality diecast from Action, Winner's Circle, Racing Champions, and Revell. And at Turn 2 Racing, our crew is dedicated to your satisfaction. Turn 2 Racing Collectibles on Route 60, just 1/4 mile from the Pottery. Turn 2 Racing Collectibles, where quality matters.
Out of the shadows come 3 incredible motorcycles. Each one takes the look of a custom to a beautiful new place. The Honda Shadow Spirit 1100, the Shadow Ace Tourer, and the Shadow American Classic Edition. It's always cooler in the shadows.
Available at Casey Cycle City, J. Clyde Morris Boulevard, Newport News.
Here we are back at Lowe's Motor Speedway, giving you some highlights from earlier in the event. There's the pass by Jeff Burton over Labonte. Here's Buckshot Jones in big trouble. A little later on in the event, Jeff Bodine in the wall. He got into it twice, actually. First time spun around with Rusty Wallace. Then here's Jeff Gordon getting in big trouble. It was the mystery incident. Finally, a pass here that put number 99 into first place. Jeff Burton again, just 7-8 laps ago. We're at lap 188 at the present time. It's the 600. Charlotte. And there is the summary with 7 leaders. 9 lead changes. The average speed 145.253. 4 cautions totaling 16 laps. 1 car of officially out of the race. That Darrell Waltrip car, number 66, lost an engine and is already up on the transporter. The 99 leads, and he leads big by 3 seconds now. Jeff Burton is pulled away from Mark Martin in second spot. Here's Martin holding out of that second position. Looking very strong at the present time.
You want to see a good handling car, look at the steering wheel there. Very little movement all the way through the corner. That means that car is sticking like he wants it to.
Buddy Alan Vestwick can give us more.
Ken, you were talking a little bit earlier about the track temperature now that the sun is beginning to set. Dale Earnhardt's team is tracking that very carefully. They say the track temperature has cooled 15 degrees since the green flag waved, necessitating a lot of adjustments on their race car. When he comes down pit road in just a couple of laps, they're going to make a wedge adjustment, trying to change the weight balance on the car to try and get the back end to be a little bit better for him in the corner. The car is tight now, meaning it doesn't want to turn in the turns.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. still back there, 20th, 21st on the field. Goes to number 8 back out. Dale Earnhardt Jr. making his first performance, his debut in Winston Cup racing here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
If you want to know why he stayed on the bottom of the racetrack so long, you cannot re-enter the racing surface till you get on the back straightaway. You never pull up into the preferred line coming out of the pits.
Particularly at turn 1.
You got it.
Earnhardt Jr. with that number 8. That was the number that folks saw Dale Earnhardt himself bring out here back in 1975. And here is Earnhardt now on pit road. Alan Vestwick waiting for him on pit road.
And Dale's going to have to go around his teammate Mike Skinner, who is pitted right in front of him. Richard Childress warning Dale on the radio about that right now. Here comes the crew over the wall. Earnhardt running in fourth. Again, as we reported a minute ago, they'll make a wedge adjustment. You can see over the top of the roof of the car, they put a wrench into the jacking bolt in the right rear. One turn down on that. Left side tires, other cars pitting around him. Skinner leaves behind him, and Earnhardt in that customary very low sitting position in the cockpit of the machine, waiting for the left side to drop, and now he takes off.
Stewart is in. He had come as far as 4th.
Tony Stewart is there, and there is big attention to the driver. He is going to get another power bar. They have prepared a bottle of Gatorade for him to drink, and they're going to put more ice so he can put it inside his fire suit. As you see them now going 4 tires around. Not a lot of adjusting on this car. Tony says it's great, and he is feeling a lot better.
And Jeff Burton's also on his way in. Bobby Labonte has just completed service. Here's Jeff Burton now to the attention of his team. The crew chief, Frankie Stoddard, one of the few who still changes tires. They're going to make a chassis adjustment 2 rounds to the right rear. Now they come to the left side. Good stop. Gas goes in. Again, they did make a chassis adjustment. Trying for $1 million in 17.5 seconds for Jeff Burton.
Mark Martin briefly in first. Now his pit stop complete, as all the leaders pretty much have had their activity on pit road at lap 194. Something I'm off here tonight.
It's all been a break for Steve Park. They had a caution flag between the time when he pitted and when everybody else had pitted. He would have gone a lap down for sure, but he still remains on the lead lap, although his tires have got about 15, 16 laps more on them.
Terry Labonte's number 5. Now is the lead car.
You can see the difference in fresh tires and old tires. Terry Labonte on old tires. Look at him go by on the fresh tires there.
Well, he just waved as well that he's going to pit.
He's in. Picked up 5 points for leading the lap. Now Terry Labonte with the Kellogg's car is on pit road. Right side rubber being strapped on. See the Food Lion clock clicking it off here. This means that Park for the moment has the lead.
Tell you, Steve Park has to feel pretty good right now. He's back in the lead again. He's a little out of sequence with the leaders as far as pit stops, but he's out there leading the race again.
Good shot from that Darrell aerial platform as you see Terry Labonte re-entering the race. And there's your new leader. Back in front another time. It is Steve Park having a great night in this Coca-Cola 600. First run here, and he's making it a good one. More from the 600 after this.
Let's
check in at the pits for another update from Harry Guy, head mechanic for Team Chip Channel.
Someone tell Jeff Gordon if he trades paint with us one more time, I'm going to go 8.
Harry, the Chip Channel car is still in the pit. What's going on?
Well, our driver can't quite reach the gas pedal, but we're working on it. Come on, give us a break. We're a bunch of chimps on a racetrack.
Thanks, Harry. Stay tuned for more NASCAR action and watch the Chip Channel Thursday nights at 10:05 Eastern beginning June 10th, only on the Superstation.
I believe in miracles. Where you from? You sexy thing, you. Where did you come from, baby?
The delicious chicken sandwich at Burger King. It might not be a miracle, but at just 99 cents, you gotta admit, it is kind of sexy.
When you have it your way, it just tastes better.
Hi, I'm Maximum Protection, the authority for Napa Gold filters. Today's driving conditions are severe, with frequent stopping and road dirt. But I hold 45% more dirt than the leading national brand. And that's important, because I help your engine last longer. So put me to work and get the maximum protection of Napa Gold filters.
Napa, over 200,000 parts, and everyone's important.
Today we're going to learn the easy way to mow the lawn. This is a lawn. This is a boy. Lawn. Boy. Lawn. Boy. Lawn boy. Easy, huh?
Lawn Boy. Easy to start, easy to use, easy to maintain.
Any questions?
Why are there 2 of you?
With us today is the Bud One Airship, reminding all race fans that Budweiser is NASCAR's official beer. Looking down on Steve Park in number 1, who just took that $10,000 halfway prize for being out in front in the Coca-Cola 600. You see Dale Earnhardt Jr. just behind him. Steve Park now leading with almost 3 seconds over second spot. And take a look at this summary. 9 leaders, 11 lead changes at mid-race. 300 down, 300 to go with an average speed of 146 miles an hour. 4 cautions to date. Now, if it stayed this way and there were no more cautions, with Park out of sync like he is, wow, he could pull the upset of the year. Well, maybe. We'll see. Leader at halfway has failed to win the last 5 races in the 600.
Well, by the same token, if we do get a caution flag when everybody needs to get tires, that's going to put Park right back in sync with everybody else, and that's really what he needs to have the best shot to win the race.
Alan Bestwick has more on that number 8 car.
Well, Ken Tonioli Jr., who's the chassis specialist on his car, just told me that why they got so far behind is that Dale Jr.'s car got extremely loose earlier, and they just wanted to make sure it was there and running at the end to get all 600 miles in. No adjustments this time on the pit stop, and now he's gone back out again, and the car's gotten loose on him again, so they're going to try and fix him up. But other than that, no comments out of the ordinary from Dale Jr., even though he's running now farther than he's ever run in a NASCAR race before. He said everything's just fine. He's just kind of cruising along.
That'll go in his notepad for next year. The bad thing right now, you want to talk about who's the fastest car on the racetrack. It's Burton in the 99. He's running right now just about a half a mile an hour faster than our leader, Park.
Park still has the advantage of 2 seconds, but it was considerably more than that a couple of laps ago. Burton is definitely closing the ground.
Real good job.
Steve
Real
Park
good job,
Pennzoil number
31-40
Chevrolet.
about the same as second place now. You guys are looking real good.
To have really made a magical difference in this car. And there's the interval about to come up for you as the first and second place is demonstrated.
What you just heard was Paul Andrews, Steve Park's crew chief, telling him he did a good job, and indeed he is doing a good job tonight. The whole team is doing a good job tonight.
Nemechek getting lapped by the 99, his second place car, and it's a straightaway difference between 1 and 2.
Jeff Burton using all that racetrack up in turns 3 and 4. Very high down in there. Still running pretty low through here. There's Steve Park, our leader, in the yellow is number 1 there.
Mark Martin stays 3rd. Bobby Labonte, who set on a pole with a new record for the 600, is in 4th. Dale Earnhardt Sr. in 5th, and Stewart remains in 6th. Here's Martin down the inside going under Elliott Sadler in the 21. That 21 car is in 21st. 2 laps down.
Last lap around the racetrack, Steve Park, our leader, 171.543. Mark Martin, 172.411. Now they're getting traffic, and all three, the first 3 cars are running very similar.
171.5 miles an hour.
For all his success here at Charlotte, Mark Martin has never won this 600-mile contest. He's won the fall race 3 times. He's won 6 times in the Busch Series here, twice in IROC, never this race.
Close tonight, still up there in 3rd spot. Sweeney Donlevy's number 9.
Elliott Sadler right there, he's following Mark Martin, getting some pretty good lessons right now. He's a little bit off the pace, but he's learning a lot. All these younger drivers right now, they're making notepads right now for the future.
Hutch Strickland back in 37th spot, just getting lapped out there in the number 90. Good to see Donlevy's car make this race for sure. Here's Mark Martin, 3rd spot. Behind him comes Terry Labonte. Labonte has been trying to close on him a little over the last 4 or 5 laps, but Martin, for the moment, there you see him, the number 18, Bobby Labonte, won the Winston Cup race here as his first victory in the most competitive competition in the world.
He still holds the record, the all-time record for this race, Bobby Labonte does.
There's that number 5 car. And Terry Labonte is back there in 9th position. Brothers right up there in the top 10. And remember that Terry Labonte, who said the car was just not a very good car a week ago, Saturday night, when they came out for the Winston, and he came home with top prize, over $200,000. Still a ways to go, just past halfway here at the Lowe's Motor Speedway. And we can go backstage right now with Alice Cook.
Well, NASCAR is involved in charities of all kinds, and Mark Martin is an honorary big brother who's raising money for that organization. With me is the CEO of Valvoline, Jim O'Brien. What can you tell me about the program?
Valvoline and Mark Martin are trying to work very hard to try to raise 10,000 bigs for big brothers and big sisters. At the same time, we're trying to raise some money to help in this cause. And so far already this year, we raised $150,000. And through the help of the Speedway Children's Charities, we raised $93,000 here at the track with the Caring Hands program.
That's terrific. And you know, if Mark Martin wins tonight, it's $5,000 for the big brothers, $20 for each lap led, and that goes for every race this season.
Mark Martin is pretty serious about that. He's done some very good work for those folks. Here's Steve Park with the advantage. That stays at 1 9/10 of a second over 2nd place. Jeff Burton to decide this Coca-Cola 600. Will it be an upset?
Rhonda Drury started working at Jiffy Lube 6 years ago. Today, she's a regional manager. She'll tell you that signature service is more than just an oil change. Wherever you live, you'll find experienced people just like Rhonda at your neighborhood Jiffy Lube. Jiffy Lube Signature Service Oil Change. Our name is on the line, and we offer Pennzoil.
You did it again, didn't you?
Did somebody say McDonald's?
Out of luck with a flat tire? Not with this tire. Even with no air pressure, you drive to safety. Goodyear Aqua Steel Run Flat. Find the safe way home.
Goodyear, Goodyear. Quality matters to you as a collector and to us at Turn 2 Racing Collectibles. At Turn 2, the first exclusive NASCAR Winston Cup Collectibles racing shop in Williamsburg, you'll find only the highest quality die-cast from Action, Winner's Circle, Racing Champions, and Revell. And at Turn 2 Racing, our crew is dedicated to your satisfaction. Turn 2 Racing Collectibles on Route 60, just 1/4 mile from the Pottery. Turn 2 Racing Collectibles, where quality matters.
Brought to you by Winnebago Industries. For information on Winnebago Industries products for the Winnebago Motorsports team, call 1-800-642-4892. Mack trucks are furnished by Clement Chevy Max Ale. For all your truck and tractor needs, call Clement at 1-800-369-MAC. Featherlight, the official trailer of NASCAR Kart, IRL, NHRA, ASA, and the World of Outlaws. Call Featherlight for trailer and motor coach needs at 1-800-800-1230. And by LA West Luxury Vans, available at select dealerships nationwide. Call for a free video, 1-800-786-VANS.
At Lowe's Motor Speedway, 325.5 miles are down, 217 of 400 laps. And Steve Park is the man of the hour. Staying in front, missed 15 races a year ago after he practiced and crashed in Atlanta, Georgia. He's certainly making some good time today, and it's a magical story. There's the second place car. That number 99 definitely closing down. It's now a half second between first and second place. We spotlight some more of the field here. Watching Park in the number 1 going through. He is having such a great night. Started 5th and leading now by about half second. Right behind him.
That's Jeff Burton in the 99. He's right behind Park right now, our leader.
Made a remarkable close, almost a lap. And here you see the 31 right behind him, Mike Skinner. I think he's back in the 13th spot at the present time. Take a look at Ernie Irvin. He follows next on the track. He's running in 16th spot. The M&M car, all coming from the Deerloop aerial platform here. Here's the 4, Bobby Hamilton. Credit him with what? 18, Doc? And then you got the 42 Nemechek in there as well. And then you got the 28. That's Ernie Irvin.
Kenny Irwin Jr. in 17 there in the 28.
Here's that 6 car of Mark Martin coming through just behind the Nemechek, number 42. And remember that Martin is running 3rd overall in the field. This is how the field is deployed, better than halfway. Bobby Labonte right behind Mark Martin, and that right behind looks like about 2.5 to 3 seconds. Labonte running in 4th. He is directly behind Mark Martin. Here you see, let's see, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is there. Now he would be 20th on the field, and 21st is Elliott Sadler. Now to take a spot, Elliott coming around. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the number 8 car. Here's Kyle Petty. He's running 34th in the number 44 in that early incident. And 41st on the field and way back. Going to suffer in the points tonight, number 24, Jeff Gordon. Just getting around that 44. Here's Earnhardt. He's 5th overall on the field. Take a look at Ted Musgrave. He's right behind them, and that would be 30th position for number 75, Ted Musgrave. And Junie Donlevy's number 90, Hut Strickland at the keyboard, runs in 35th position. A little further back.
Tony Stewart there in the 20.
He's running in 6th spot.
6th spot. Bill Elliott's number 94 pulling up next. He will be in 22nd position. And the 98 is Rick Mast, 39th. Jimmy Spencer. Remember, he had trouble early, got caught up in that first incident from laps 5 to 8. Got some debris through the radiator, lost a lot of laps, but he's still out here. Jimmy Spencer, number 23, being shown 40th in the 600. Here's Wally Dallenbach's number 25, 24th position, Doctor?
Yep, that's where he is. Several laps down.
Wally Dallenbach is riding out the colors in the Budweiser car. Next year, that sponsorship goes fully with Dale Earnhardt Jr. Take a look at Kenny Wallace. He's 14th and shown just a lap down. Remember, he was right up there in the 2nd row when it started. David Green's number 41 is 32nd. right there, Robert Presley, the Jasper Engines car.
At 97, that's Chad Little. He's in 31st.
And the 77 would be in 25th position on the field. What do we got here? The 22, Ward Burton. Yeah, this is Ward. Had a good night thus far, but he seems to be 7th spot at the present time. 45 is Bickle. He's in 33rd position. And behind him, you got Buckshot Jones. Remember, he was in an incident earlier, and he's lost a number of laps. Well, the leaders are on 227. He's at 222 and shown in 35th. And once again, there's Terry Labonte's number 5, and he is running 8th on the field. There's Kenny Schrader that we haven't seen much of tonight, having a very good run. It's 9th position for Ken Schrader.
He's hovered around the top 10 all night long. Schrader having a really good run here.
Sterling Marlin's number 40 is back there in 15th.
Yeah, back down the lap as well.
Pretty much down through the field.
Johnny Benson in the 26th here, and the 11 is Brett Bodine.
So Benson, and that's a race for position. They're in 26th and 27th. Benson, yellow number 26, and Bodine in number 11 is 27th. Here's Ricky Rudd. Not a good night for Rudd, a brand new car. It's running in 28th position. Dale Jarrett's 88. He's being shown as 10th, buddy. Still in that lead lap.
Yeah, he fought back. He's about to go a lap down. Running very well tonight.
Jeremy Mayfield's number 12, and that's for position. He's in 11th, and directly behind him in 12th is Andretti, number 43. There you are, back with your leader. Well, that's how they're deployed on the track at the present time, with Steve Park continuing to lead. But look who's there, ready to attack and try to take it back. It's Jeff Burton in the 99.
This is revolting.
What's the matter?
They're paying him for this.
Yeah, I think he's good.
Good? He can't even say the name of the product.
He can say it.
What are you talking about?
He's got a thick accent, you know,
Accent?
almost like European.
Hey, Ferret, let me hear you say Bud, nice and clear.
It sounded like Bud.
No, it sounded like...
I think your hearing's going low.
Oh, right. Hey, Ferret, could you lay a little wise on us?
Smooth, like a pro.
Absolutely. What was I thinking?
Listen, I've traveled every road in this here land. I've been everywhere, man. Crossed the deserts bare, man. I breathed the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been to Reno, Chicago, Fargo, Minnesota, Buffalo, Toronto, Winslow, Sarasota, Wichita, Tulsa, Ottawa, Oklahoma, Tampa, Panama, Mattawa, La Paloma. Travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Sitco, you know me.
This man here has just heard a funny noise. Not ha-ha funny, but click-click funny. Now, he thinks he knows what's wrong, but he's not sure. It's our job at Advanced Auto Parts to help him figure out what's wrong, to get him the parts he needs, and to turn that frown upside down.
You have your weekend projects. We have ours.
The Coca-Cola 600 on TBS is brought to you by Advance Auto Parts. For great parts, prices, and service, visit Advance Auto Parts. The best part is our people. And by the Home Depot, America's home improvement coach.
It's a battle for the lead. Jeff Burton's up on the outside. He has tried for 6 laps to get by. Steve Park wouldn't give him ground, but this time he's going to make it through. Park put on a couple of blocks. That time way up on the high side.
Let it roll. We're in real good shape.
where he seems to get such a good fight. It works for Jeff Burton.
Yeah, things are not working right now for the one of Steve Park. He just got passed for lead, and we understand he has to make a pit stop pretty quick now.
Probably in 6 laps or so.
Lap 240, he's going to have to come in and pick up fuel. Remember, he is out of sequence by approximately 17 laps with all these other cars. So here's the danger he faces once again. If he pits, then we get a caution flag and the rest of the leaders get to pit. He will almost